You don't need to have clairvoyance to understand that these threats and these measures to respond from them will be determined arbitrarily by the U.S. without the slightest regard for international law. The 11th of January, the so-called international coalition headed by the U.S. and Great Britain, comprising Australia, Canada, Bahrain, and, as they call themselves, vaunting themselves as the capital of global justice, the Netherlands. These states all carried out a mass strike on Yemeni territory. I'm not talking about an attack on some group within the country, but an attack on the people of the country on the whole. Aircraft were used, warships, and submarines. There are reports that U.S. Navy craft launched Tomahawk missiles as well. These strikes hit the Yemeni port of Hodeidah, the cities of Sana, Sada, Zabid, Taiz, and Damar. Americans and their satellites bombarded airports and other infrastructure. At the site of the craters, explosions gave rise to fires. What we're seeing in Yemen, unfortunately, is painfully familiar. The same picture of destruction for 3 months has already been unfolding in the Gaza Strip. Right now, the long-suffering Yemen is becoming a hotbed of hostilities in the region once more. The war is spreading to the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Yet Washington is clearly not going to leave it at that. The White House has announced that they reserve the right to resume hostilities if they see new threats. You don't need to have clairvoyance to understand that these threats and these measures to respond from them will be determined arbitrarily by the U.S. without the slightest regard for international law. President, despite the assertions of our Western colleagues, these massive strikes by the U.S. and Great Britain on the territory of Yemen have nothing in common with the exercise of the right to self-defense under Article 51 of the UN Charter. Article 51 doesn't apply to the situation with commercial shipping. The right to self-defense cannot be exercised in order to ensure the freedom of shipping. Our American colleagues know this fact very well. Yet no sanction by the UN Security Council under Article 7 of the Charter was forthcoming either. Colleagues, the situation is crystal clear. The actions of the so-called coalition utterly blatantly violate Article 2 of the UN Charter. The latest military aggression of the collective West is part of a long track record of attacks on the long-suffering Middle East. All of these pseudo-legal justifications of the White House don't stand up to any criticism. I want to recall once more that the freedom of navigation is governed by the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea of 1982. In the event of a violation of the convention provides for starting negotiations with the violator and to submit a suit for arbitration or to the International Tribunal on the Law of the Sea. Nothing in this document or in the norms of international law or in conventional law gives anyone the right to attack a sovereign country. It's also clear that Washington is trying to provide at least a shred of justification for its illegitimate actions, and it can't even get its story straight. What's absolutely risible is the fact that the U.S. mentioned the concept of piracy. It's clear to anyone that that's risible that has taken even the slightest glance at the definition of piracy in Article 101 of UNCLOS. But even if we're talking about pirates, the convention gives you the right to seize a pirate vessel and to prosecute the crew and not to bomb yet another country into the Stone Age. President, Russia time and again has warned about the risks of such a scenario. We've been consistent in our calls for a ceasefire in Gaza.